Hi, and welcome to Downtime Weekly. This is episode number 6. We made it this far. It's amazing. In the studio today, we've got myself, Alan, and
Robski.
we're going to be talking about news about the PlayStation and scalpers. Like, again, yes, but different scalpers.
And a lot about esports, Korean esports, and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, new frauds coming online. These are great. So stick around. You're going to enjoy this one.
COVID-19 strikes yet again. This time Chaos takes the hit. Now the NA organization Chaos will be disbanding their CSGO team. They will also be looking for a new home for the Rainbow Six team. Now according to Chaos, this was stated on hltv.org, they will shift away from esports, moving on to more content creators and Twitch streamers. Raising the question, at least by us, is it too expensive to be an esports organization this day? And will that actually end up killing NA or possibly even the global esports scene? And on some Korean esports, we don't usually do this, but this hit close to home for me. Jin Air Green Wings being a powerhouse both in League of Legends, but also in Starcraft II, mostly in Starcraft II, which is my jam. And on the 30th of November, they issued a statement where they basically canceled the players for the Starcraft II roster. Jin Air Green Wings, being an airline company in Korea, hasn't been making money, and much of their revenues have been put into the esports team. Without any revenues, they can't support the esports scene anymore, and it's a sad day because we will miss them. They were a powerhouse, especially during the Pro League, a team league that was very active within Starcraft II scene back in the days, but sadly, Jin Air Green Wings is departing. We hope to see their return, and I hope everyone takes care of themselves over there. And now on to some positive esports news, because there are some positive news out there. TeamLiquid StarLeague 6 is on track and will be spanning from the 5th of December to the 20th. Now what makes this so positive? Shopify getting into esports. Now Shopify, mostly used for e-commerce platform, is getting into esports, and it's starting off with Starcraft II. This because the CEO, Tobias Lutke, is a huge Starcraft II fan, but also a former Starcraft II player in TLO, or the Little One, or the Doctor as he was also called, has joined Shopify with their esports department, pushing them more and more into esports. Kicking off with Starcraft II, they have also worked with the Home Store Cup, but now they will be spanning more and more into the TeamLiquid StarLeague and possibly even more leagues. So I hope to see more of Shopify in esports, and especially in Starcraft II. Now another positive thing about the TSL 6 is the return of Day 9. He made a guest appearance in the TSL 5, will also be doing so in the TSL 6. TSL 6 will be a global event, so players from all over the world will be competing. We're talking Korean esports, we're talking about NA esports, European esports, and even some Latin America is in there as well. It's going to be a $30,000 prize pool from Shopify. Secret Labs was involved in this, I think. It will be broadcasted on TeamLiquid's Twitch channel, so if you want to check it out, follow that Twitch channel and stay tuned. So in some sports and esports related news, Leeds United made it back to the Premier League. Now this entitles them to join the E-premierleague, but since they don't know too much about esports, they joined forces together with Ninjas in Pyjamas to take NiP into the e-football esports scene. So the CEO of NiP said the following statement about this collaboration. We looked for a Premier club with an ownership that was ready to go deep into esports, with the ambition of making an impact, integrating efforts on sports performance, fan activation and commercialization. We are very thrilled about this FIFA journey together, and keep your eyes open for more exciting announcements in the upcoming weeks. With the NiP joining an eFootball league, will that make TeamLiquid and other big known esport organizations also make this journey? We'll see more about that in the future, I guess. And on to some more Korean esports news. On the 2nd of December, T1, or as some of us know them, SK Telecom T1, announced a multi-year sponsorship deal with a huge company called Red Bull. You probably heard about them. This will span across all of their esports team, giving them loads of new features. Now this partnership for T1 will give them access to Red Bull's performance centers both in Austria and in Santa Monica. They will be getting some proper physical education, because you do need physical training when you're an esports player, but also some dietary help and possibly even some mental training, because you do need that mental strength when you're a pro player in the esports scene. This might actually make T1 become one of the biggest powerhouses of Korean esports. We'll see more about that in the future, but hey, this is a great deal for them, and talk about Red Bull stepping up and adding more and more into their already growing esports portfolio. And moving on from esports into gaming, now on the 10th of December, next week from filming this, the Game Awards 2020 will be taking place online. It will be streamed on basically every platform. If you want to know exactly what platforms, there's a link in the description down below taking you to the Game Awards webpage where they will list every platform they will be streaming on. Now, what games will you be voting for? Will you even vote for a game? What games do you want to see lose and all that? Please comment in the comment section down below. We want to know and we want to talk about it. Now on some gaming news, Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be released soon, we hope. Please no more delays. Oh. But anyways, as with any single player game, there will be some copyrighted music within the game, but CD Projekt Red wants their game to be streamed as much as possible. In order to fix this, they've added a toggle button within the game so you can toggle off copyrighted music so that you won't get any DMCA strikes while streaming this game. Now, should you still face an issue with DMCA while streaming with this toggle button on, they have issued the following statement. As mentioned above, using the Disable Copyrighted Music toggle should prevent you from experiencing any copyright issues. However, if you run into any problems of this nature despite having the toggle on, be sure to check with us at legal@cdprojectred.com. We will try our best to help you. So great news everyone, you will be able to stream Cyberpunk 2077 without getting DMCA strikes if you have the toggle button on. If not, contact CD Projekt Red and they will try to help you the best way possible. But this is not the only Cyberpunk 2077 news we have. More on that from Alan.
So moving on with Cyberpunk 2077, we just wanted to move on to some of the cooler stuff that's come out there. Nvidia has launched earlier a little bit of a preview on their 3080 shell with the Cyberpunk imagery on it, and it looks really, really swell, and they're giving one away. But most importantly, now we've seen a whole bunch of Cyberpunk like shelling and all that kind of stuff, so we're going to be looking forward to seeing some more. They launched the Xbox controller, they even launched a phone display with OnePlus, and now they're going to go for the graphics cards. But right now we're just waiting for the game to launch. It's going to be coming here on December 10th, so we're looking forward to seeing that, and it's going to be super cool. But the key thing I wanted to focus on when I was looking into the Cyberpunk current status, and it is feeling a little bit much in the news, but it has been a highly anticipated game as we've talked about, is just the entire point that don't stream the game. They put out their own press release about this, and they actually just state pretty simply what it's about. For those of you that don't know, most video games do get pre-released to some streamers, some influencers, and other people do get their hands on them early. And instead of just waiting for someone to stream it early and making an example out of them online, Cyberpunk 2077, and especially the team behind CD Projekt Red, just put out their embargo orders for everyone to see, just making sure that everybody knows that they will actually be going after everybody who streams it before December 9th. To go specifically into the post, I will read as follows. Your Cyberpunk 2077 videos and streams before release. We're getting closer and closer to launch, and chances are some of you will get your hands on a copy of Cyberpunk 2077 before release date. However difficult this may be for us to achieve, our ambition is for gamers all across the world to have the same, spoiler-free experience at the time of the game releases. This is why we kindly ask you not to stream, let's play, or release any similar content before December 9th, 12 p.m. CET or 3 a.m. PST. We will send Max Tac, the guys who take down videos, after everyone who does. After that date, however, we would love if you streamed everything like there's no tomorrow. It's 2020, who knows? Maybe there isn't. Yeah, so Cyberpunk 2077 being pretty clear there right now. They put out their embargo orders, they'll tell you what they're gonna do, so nobody can really get mad at them if someone actually streams the game early or does something that breaks their embargo. And they're in the full right to do so because they're kind of the people that own the rights to their own content. So there you go. They will allow you guys to stream, do the things. They've even put in the copyright protection that Robsky talked about. But 12 p.m. CET on December 9th, after that, you will be seeing the streams go live. You can expect that now. Moving on to the standalone product, the DLC and the multiplayer features for Cyberpunk 2077 have been revealed. I don't know how much of a reveal this is because we talked about this 3 weeks ago, But people are still like going into the fact that the multiplayer will be a standalone product and it won't come out until next year. But we already knew that. I'm just reminding you guys because apparently it hit the news again. Going back into scalping news, last week we covered the fact that Crep Chief Notify, a reseller group from the UK, had already purchased around 3,500 PlayStation 5s, resold around 2,500 of them. This week we're covering the fact that a retailer called Very has actually just cancelled 1,000 orders, and Sky News reported that, which is seemingly good news. You know, they're trying to fight back. Because Sky News found out that Very had actually limited, like, one customer per address could buy a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X. The thing is, the groups like Crep Chief Notify just have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 members. As people have been seeing all these resellers making a lot of money, more people have been joining in, and that means that there are just like thousands of people out there buying consoles as fast as they can and reselling them. And once they get the money, they have more money to keep buying and reselling. And even if you've got an organization like Very trying to fight them, the problem is they can just go to every single outlet that's offering the PlayStation 5s, the Xbox Series X's, and they'll keep buying. So we don't see this entire scalper like culture or reseller culture go away. So we're just hoping for the very best. At least some people are trying to fight it. Good for you, Very, and let's see what happens in the future. But shortages are going to be continuing on at least into the first quarter of next year, and we're just hoping for the best. So for you guys watching out there, we're going to be talking about another kind of fraud that's been popping up lately. People selling PlayStation 5s on eBay have found out that they actually just list the word photo in the title and actually just write in the description that they'll be sending you a photo. They can actually put whatever kind of price they want on it, and they're luring people in thinking that they're buying actual PlayStation 5s, but they're actually just buying a printed out picture. That is some kind of evil right there. So for you guys out there that are watching this, you do know, like, the sellers are evil. They're kind of frauding. It's actually perfectly legal what they're doing because they're following the terms of service. eBay is kind of like trying to fight this because they know it is willfully deceiving their clients, and the people are getting mad and having eBay want to do something about it, and they aren't. The thing that we want to take away from this is when you buy stuff online, please pay attention. There are some people out there that are chaotic evil or pure evil for that matter. So take care of yourselves out there. If you look at the description on the, for example, little image that we have included here, you can see the following. The PlayStation 5 item specifics lists a brand new, unused, unopened, undamaged item in its original packaging, where packaging is applicable. Packaging should be the same as what is found in the retail store, unless the item is handmade or was packaged by manufacturer in non-retail packaging, such as an unprinted box or plastic bag. See the seller's listing for full details. Moving on to a little bit more positive news in the system, we have Xbox, who is announcing now that for the first 3 months, if you purchase Xbox's Game Pass, you will get it for $1 per month. So for $3, you get 3 months of Xbox Game Pass. That means you'll have access to all the rotating games they have in their system, a ton of games in there, and also their perks. This is a little bit one more of the little bit more positive pieces of news, because I think they've discovered that a lot of people have just, for the first time, purchased an Xbox Series X or are on the Xbox platform. And those people that have been on there before, now discovering all the crazy good features that there are with the Xbox Series X coming out, like you can play all your old discs, all the way from the first generation Xbox to the newest. You can now actually go in and get the Xbox Game Pass for $1 per month for 3 months, on your first 3 months, and try it out. They really want people to actually just try it out, get play games for free. And I think they believe so much in their product that they're doing this as a service and just saying like, hey, we believe that the Xbox Game Pass is worth it. We want to show you guys out there. So right now is the time to just go out and get it. I think it's super nice that this is coming out right now, especially in December with COVID going on and everybody at home, because now you at least have a ton of content you can consume. So if you have an Xbox Series X out there, feel free to buy the Game Pass and try out 1 million games. It's going to be great. So in a tiny little bit more Xbox news, we're going to be talking about Studio 343's title, Halo Infinite. Unfortunately, that game got delayed from launch and was something that people were kind of expecting to launch with the actual Xbox. But a game takes the time a game takes. A lot of people are like wondering when the game is actually going to come out, and on the YouTuber channel with Dan Allen, he was interviewing the voice of the Master Chief that started out on Halo 4, Bruce Thomas. And in that interview, he said this.
I still do. I started Halo 4, did Halo 5 as well, and we have wrapped up Infinite. I believe, unless we're going to try to. Well, unless we're going to try to do some more as the COVID comes to a halt. But yeah, as far as I know, it's in the can, ready to go for next spring.
And that might elude some people to actually think that the game might be already ready and set to go for spring. People are already discussing it on Reddit, but everyone is actually very cautious and taking a very slow and patient approach to this so far, saying he's a voice actor, they might have different changes, they've actually experienced this through 3D Project Red and Cyberpunk 2077, so people are being very cautious about this. It's not a confirmation, but it would be nice to see the game come out in, March to June next year, earlier if possible. Don't rush it though. Earlier, don't rush it. And then we just wanted to make another side note for you guys that are waiting for games, because Cyberpunk has been filling quite a lot in the news, especially for us here. And it's also been what's going to be next? What are we waiting for? We're waiting for Halo for sure, and we're also waiting for Hitman 3. Recently we posted on the last week's video that we had Project 007, their new game title, coming out, and that's because they're wrapping up a different game. Hitman 3 is going to be coming out on January 20th of next year. So that's only 40 days away. So that's going to be another game that people are going to be looking into, getting. And I think that's a game that we're also very excited about here in the studio. One of the things that we've been talking about is actually giving you a little bit more news about what upcoming titles are coming. And we're going to be doing that from now on, so enjoy that. In other news, the lead actor was found for the Metal Gear Solid movie, which is being made right now by Sony Studios. And that man is going to be Oscar Isaac, the man who played Poe Dameron in Star Wars. His career is looking pretty good, pretty solid, and I'm just looking forward to seeing the actual movie. Hopefully it doesn't go like a Doom route, but it goes more like a, good gaming movie, good gaming movie, good gaming movie. Hey, what was a good gaming movie? Did you just say Sonic? You're fired. Was it actually good? The movie's good. Doom? Yeah. You liked it? Yeah. I do believe it wasn't received very well by the general audience. I mean a good movie that everybody liked. Pokemon, there you go. But yeah, we're just looking forward to seeing the actor Oscar Isaac playing, Solid Snake. And now we're going to respond to some of your comments from the previous episode, Downtime Weekly, episode 5. So Comeback Lou said, disappointed that Mila wasn't put into Downtime.
Yeah, or maybe Roger Mila from Cameroon.
Dude, I said her name wrong last time. Oh, I did it again. Dude, I am not doing it. I got calls from people that were you're saying her last name. Mila J, yeah. Yes, we will put Mila J into Downtime.
We will.
Editor, fix.
And we have another comment from Christer Schörnbeck. You should make it on Somi with the bloopers. Do we though? We might get cancelled. I love the idea. We'll see about that.
We're not that edgy. I mean, the stuff we don't put out there. Wispin actually adds to that. These bloopers cracks me up. Lol.
And also from Outlaw_2008, also loving the bloopers. Thank you.
We're basically just a blooper show right now. Javier wrote, I'm happy I got my PS5. ... I'm kidding. Of course, I don't have one either. And that is because we're going to be giving him one as soon as we can get one. But as people have heard, it's kind of hard to find a PlayStation 5 right now.
Unless you buy one from Amazon where you might get cat food. But I mean, that's some value for the money. And apparently we have an upvote for... What does it say? Upvote for?
Upvote for Alan. Thank you, Casper. That was episode 6 of Downtime Weekly. We were super happy to have myself, Alan, in the studio, and
Robski.
And we are looking forward to sharing even more news in the future, because there will be more news. There's never no news. There's always something going on. There's always a company messing up.
Yeah, I mean, this year is not over. COVID still hangs around, and I mean, we're only having December left. We'll see what January 2021 will give us, but
2021 can't be that bad. Remember when we used to go to events?
Yeah.
That was good. Remember DreamHack?
Oh, DreamHack.
I heard about it.
Remember
the
when
legend speaks of a place where people could go.
Remember when we met people?
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. But hopefully you enjoyed this content. Hopefully you have some clue what we're doing here.
Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making it for you.